Hello, fellow grognards. It's Al, and as promised, I'm here with Matt to go over the Adepticon stuff. We've just watched the Adepticon preview all the way through, and we have thoughts, Matt, don't we? So let's get into it. So they kicked it off with Old World, lots and lots of Old World. And as I predicted, the Beastmen turned up, but alongside them, we also got Zvidalobs. So your standard battalion. Nice to see the old models coming back. Journal, old models, old plastics. I mean, yeah, it's nice to see them again. Isn't it? They've been out of production for a long time. I think it's cool that these are coming back and people can get hold of them. And then this is a new model with his weird little demon familiar. But one thing I did notice, now I don't actually, do you remember this? Matt?
No, I don't. I was literally just looking at those. But it looks like they're Forge World, they're resin.
Yeah, it does look like I just don't remember this I don't remember it from that Turkmenistan book or anything like that. So I'm like, what the fuck? Cool. I don't remember that at all. I do remember that. It's called Jabba's Life. I don't think it's great, but I do remember it. And then you've got the Cockatiel. Cockatrix. Is it Cockatrix? I'm going to say it's Cockatrix. I'm going to stop saying Cockatrix.
Sounds suggestive.
I remember that coming out because it was under the Storm of Chaos thing that they did. So I remember that, but I don't remember the stupid deer with horns. Sorry, with wings. I don't remember that at all. They just passed me by. But then what did really make me laugh is...
It's a Praeton.
A Praeton? Okay.
Praeton.
Oh yeah, Praeton. Once great stags of the forest, corrupted by the foul magic of the Bray shamans. Alright, whatever.
It's cool.
Yeah, cool, yeah. And then you've got loads of old stuff coming back. And what made me laugh about this is they brought back one of the worst models ever to be made. Where is it? Come on, show me. There it is. The Razor Gore. Oh, God, it's so bad. Can't believe they brought it back.
Is that a fucking giant eyeball it's got there on the side of its head?
Yeah, it is. It's such a bad model. Pretty fucking awful.
But
yeah, it's nice to see him back. And then you've got the Wood Elves with them. And the Wood Elves, like I said, got done later on. Like these were right near the death of fantasy, these weird prancy thingies. But that's a pretty good battalion. You know, it's like 110 quid, I think they are. It's a load of stuff if you like your old world. You're getting, all this stuff coming back. So it's your, what are they called? Way something or others. I can't remember. They're all their names. They're all pretty cool. Quite nice. Nice paint schemes. Hosses. Yeah, these things I wasn't quite so sure on.
Yeah.
They're a little bit...
They kind of remind me of the Sisters of the Forest from Warcraft, except that they're...
Yeah, I see what you mean, actually, yeah.
Except that they're a stag and rider and not like a centaur type thing.
Yeah.
But the tone is similar.
Yeah. Well, it had started to go quite Warcrafty by that point. Orion and his best two doggos come back, along with these guys. Remember these? Some pretty old models there. So yeah, it's nice to see him come back. Branch Wraith with her titty out.
Yeah, I've got that one.
I think I've got it somewhere. I think I've got it for Silver Tower, because I think you could use all the heroes in Silver Tower.
Yeah.
So
that's it. Same.
Yeah, it's nice to see that stuff coming back. The Beast Pack is a set of 12 inches first. Where are they? I think they forgot to put the photos in.
It's because they're from 1987. We didn't have digital cameras back then, so it's impossible to photograph them.
Well, it just says these are 4 elves and their accompanying beasts that have been hidden in the forest for so long that they've escaped photography for now. And like,
so someone was like, shit, just mention them at the end.
I'm like, what? You might have forgotten something there, Warcom. But then we got like what is probably for me the highlight of the reveal, and that is
the two in a coffee.
Ground coffee.
Ravenous coffee. From Kathy.
Yeah, from Kathy. Kathy's coffee, and yeah, these are great. Yeah, I think these are really nicely realised, really well done. Didn't you? You said that the developers of Warhammer Total War. Yeah.
They said like in a dev stream, they kind of said that they developed the Cathay faction alongside Games Workshop studio people. So I was like, well, we'll see them in plastic at some point. Then blatantly, there's no point in designing stuff with a team if they're not going to use it.
No, not at all. And presumably we'll see Kislev at some point as well. But yeah, they're all quite cool. You know, I love these ornate dragon heads and stuff. I think they've kind of they've understood the design brief, and they don't look like Age of Sigmar models. They look like fantasy models. Which
the faces actually look good.
And the faces aren't complete shit, yes, because Specialist Games just smashed it out of the park. Yeah, you got this guy, really cool. He's mustachioed dragon. And then you got basically all of this is plastic. All of this is the whole plastic range.
On his Fu Manchu dragon.
Indeed, and then you got a Sky Lantern, which is mad. I just look at a little phoenix on there and everything. I don't notice that before.
It looks awesome. Like it's bonkers, but great.
It's nailed it, isn't it? Let's be honest, it's just nailed it. It's so iconic and evocative. I think they really have just absolutely smashed this. I think this is going to be really, really popular. A really good release. And look at that little guy holding the bombs there. Little clay bombs.
Yeah. I do question the wisdom of having an aircraft held aloft by paper.
It's fine. These guys invented fireworks. It's fine. And then you've got the Kafian Sentinels. These were brilliant, with a couple of different designs.
It's absolutely great.
And the guys were saying, like, depending on what type you paint, they have different rules and stuff. But yeah, these are just amazing.
There's a Warpstone one as well, which they don't seem to have painted.
Yeah, they don't seem to put that one up there. And then obviously you get your thingy, and then there's your general. Now I thought she came with the dragon, but she is the dragon.
She is the dragon. Yeah,
she
changes
on a bad day.
Yeah, I particularly like the name Miao Ying. Like we watched the stream, and I was like, "That's from Big Trouble in Little China." I approved. She should have like an accompanying lord called Wang Chi.
Indeed, so it's all in the reflexes, man. It's all in the reflexes.
That it is. Son of a bitch must pay.
Really cool stuff all round. As I say, I think that was probably my favourite thing of the reveal. Evocative, not Age of Sigmar-y, sort of design ethic. Still pretty Warhammer. Great stuff. And then after that, we got Kill Team.
Hooray!
And
for me more than you, I think.
Yeah, I've said my piece on these. I will say though that in the pictures they showed us in the preview, they look a lot less blue, and although I don't like the models still, the colours worked better. But I still don't like these models.
I think they're fine. I actually really like them. Like, it's a decent upgrade for Raveners. Like, they've actually incorporated elements of the Red Terror.
Yeah, I mean the old ones were looking proper clunky. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
and I like
the Red Terror is older than that, and they still incorporated it in here.
I like the body.
From the waist down, it's all Red Terror. Yeah.
I like the body just fine. Just these claws are horribly clunky, and these bits all over them. It's all just massive. I mean, look at the fucking antenna on this. Well, you could have made those smaller. Surely it just looks stupid. And then you've got quite a lot of them are coming out of these holes in the bases, and I don't necessarily want that. So while I do think the bodies are better, I think everything else about them is worse.
I'm fine.
Like this guy. What the fuck is that?
Crest on the Prime. Yeah, I'm not sure about the Spittle one either.
This is a standard Ravener here. He hasn't got his head crest, so he doesn't look like one from Space Marine. And I don't like the way he's all hunched over, and I presume you can move the arms, but yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, they should be ball and sockets, I'd imagine.
I'm not. I'm not impressed. I've got to be honest.
I think my most disappointing thing about this particular Kill Team is, I mean, the first one is purely cosmetic, is the lack of head crests, because they're basically just kind of slightly devolved warriors.
Yes,
and they've got, and they're just shock troops instead of like synaptic linchpins.
Yeah. So
they should share the same noggin and pretty much torso, but these guys don't.
No, they've got more like a gaunt. They've got a gaunt head, which doesn't make sense at that scale.
No, it just looks weird. Like that's. I mean, I looked at them for like half an hour, and I was like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And then I was talking to you and Carl about it, and suddenly I was like, oh, the fucking heads are wrong. And that's what I had like an epiphany, and I was like, yeah, they don't have a head crest, which is why they look so different and odd and sort of hunchy.
Yeah, I mean, this
Like,
guy just looks like a fucking. This guy just looks like a fucking cockatiel.
Not that kind of height. Yeah, but the other thing that was a disappointment is they don't have any 4x weapons.
No,
like
no spine. Flesh hooks. Is it flesh hooks?
No, spine fists.
Spine fists. Yeah.
Spine fists, devourers, and.
Which, to be fair, probably did make the old ones quite chunky. I genuinely, I prefer the bodies on these are fine. Everything apart from the bodies is absolute shit. Basically,
the bits that make each one unique. Pony.
Yeah. But even on the warrior version, it just doesn't. They should have too many warrior heads and much better claws and everything, and just. The
claws I'm not really judging on because I can't see them properly. The poses ain't great for some of them, but Ravenous always did have chunkier claws than the others.
Yeah, because obviously they're diggers and everything, but I would have liked to have seen them stay with the style of the originals, but just update them with these nice new bodies, because the bodies are better.
That'd have worked.
But I mean, this guy with the fucking, I've got a side shot that I'll show you in the video. Just
way too big.
Awful. You know, they took away their ranged weapons just to have a ranged specialist. Well, I'm sorry, that's just fucktarded.
That's probably one. I mean, like the Prime needs a head crest brimming. That's way too big. The Fell Talon is probably okay, but where it's like a light blue body and then bright yellow toxin bits, it's just like.
It's not just that. I mean, like they're massive as well. They're so chunky and huge, and like you could have scaled all this down. It's just, you know, GW can do better details than this. That's just horrible and chunky, and just it looks awful. And a lot of it, some of it is the heavy metal style that, you know, every single edge is highlighted and it shows how blocky some of their stuff can look. But I think those claws look absolutely fucking abysmal. I really do.
I'm fine with those.
So
the head on the tremor side, though. On the other hand,
I mean,
touched on already.
You'll get them.
Antenna need trimming.
Oh, fucking awful.
Trimming and painting the same colour as like the fucking
the head it just looks stupid. It looks like a fucking Andorian from Star Trek. And then this guy with the split mouth and everything just looks like a Morlock. So it's just a mini Morlock. So yeah, I wasn't particularly impressed. But apparently they come with a load of Hormigans that you get to use as your grunts. The NPOs, whatever they're called, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
so I think
the guys that don't get the experience and stuff. And then we've got an Adeptus Mechanicus one, which is some new models, because this guy I've already got on painted. He was in the Blackstone Fortress Escalation, did you say?
Escalation,
yeah. So, nice model, but I've already painted him, don't care. This one just looks like a kit bash of the Dominus and a Cataphrone Overlord. Not Cataphrone Overlord.
Cahadron,
that's the one.
Yeah. I'm not struck on that either. I'm a bit like,
no.
The body looks fine.
And then these guys are okay, but everything about them that I kind of like is just. They look like fucking Slipknot, for crying out loud, with their great big fucking jumpsuits on.
I probably like them.
Yeah, you would.
Like, that's just what servitors look like now, isn't it? Like just standard, but they're bog standard servitors, and then suddenly they've gone, oh shit, we need to go and deal with something. We probably need some big guns. Take the arms off those dudes and stick on something bigger. Let's go.
So there was a guy earlier saying that it was just the tech thralls upgraded, just like with different bits on them. I can say they absolutely are not. I'm looking at them right now, and they're really not. Which I'm quite thankful about, because I love the tech thralls. And for a minute, I was just like, oh, really? So hang on 2 secs, and I'll put them in here.
2 what?
There we go. So as you can see,
they
really aren't the same at all, which is why I like these and I don't like these, because these look cartoony as fuck and these don't, basically.
I like them both, they're just different.
So yeah, just that one's got a toolbox. Why has he got a fucking toolbox? Oh, he's a techno medic. So, yeah. Oh, that's right. They said that they had a medic that takes care of the fleshy bits. Very fucking Adeptus Mechanicus.
Imagine that. You get hit by like a frag grenade or something and you sort of vaguely come to, and this fucking monstrosity is leaning over you. Do not worry, I will fix you. You'll be like, no, don't. You're already half dead. Leave me alone.
So I'm just really sick of this whole kill team thing where we need to have these different types. So we need to have all these different options. And it's like, could we not just make our own or something? So yeah, just
different operatives. It's because you need different operatives that play differently in the team.
Awfully
give you options for those. So if you don't want to make them that way, you just don't, and you just make them as like gun or combat instead. There'll be options for that.
Just awfully generic. Awfully generic. I just just wearing these great big fucking jumpsuits. I'm just like, they barely look at that. They barely look Adeptus Mechanicus at all. They really don't. I mean, you put that in next to like a Cataphrone Breach or something, and it's very, very difficult to see the same design ethic at all. So yeah, a bit of a letdown.
But then you put them next to the Servitors from a Tech Marine, and they fit right in. So I'm kind of like, the gist I get is it's just like a techno archaeologist and an underseer, and they're kind of like, you two proles go and find out what mess is going on underneath that giant cannon in the whole
yeah. It'll be fine, honest.
Like, just scrape together whatever shit you can find and go and sort it out. And they're like, okay, we'll just take some fucking Servitors with us then, seeing as you've taken all the troops.
Yeah.
And then that's what they left. They just left with all the shit Servitors. And they're like, oh, Raveners, now we're dead.
Yeah, not a fan. And there's a load of Tyrannid scenery, including, as you said, a rather suspicious bulging sack. But this is stuff that there is 3D print STLs of this. You can get this no problem at all. So I see no point. I also don't think it's good. I think it's part of it again is the heavy metal paint job where they feel the need to highlight every single little bit and make it look really cartoony. But I just think these look like shit. So yeah.
I don't mind them.
Right. But you're going to buy the box, anyway, so I won't have to, and I'll have a look at your Raveners when you build them, I suppose, because it is a big box. We did find this out. It comes with a box of Termagants.
I don't think it would be.
Box of Hormagants as well. No, I didn't. So it's going to be like the 120, 130 quid mark, I think they are now.
Damn it.
So it's not the little £82.50 boxes. It's going to be the bigger one. No. But yeah, I mean, this is not what I want from Tyranids, but hey, fuck it, I don't have to buy it. So, you know,
okay.
I'll see what I'll see what the proper.
So I'm like,
yeah, I mean, I'll see what the proper Raveners look like before passing complete judgment. But yeah, this ain't it. Not for me. This guy just like fucking hell.
I was very surprised that they're only a kill team of 5.
Yeah.
So you have to leave one at home.
But they said like you get free APL for each. Each gets free actions, and each fights twice in combat every single time. So
I mean, that's cool.
They are nasty.
Yeah, I mean, that's equivalent to Marines.
Yeah.
Like, I think off the top of my head, in my limited kill team experience, Marines are the only other thing that I've seen that gets free APLs as standard. Everyone else is on 2.
So assuming the enemy doesn't laugh themselves to death before they get there, the Raveners will slice them up nicely. But yeah, my basics on this is nice body, shit face.
Well, a butterface.
Yeah. So yeah, they're gone. So you're gonna spearhead, load of new spearheads, and basically what they are is Chebs. Moving on. So basically, these spearheads are basically, apart from this one by the looks of things, but they're the Underworld's warband that they've just released and clearly didn't sell enough of. Bundled in with some other stuff to make a new spearhead, I guess. So, yay. I don't think I'd spend 85 quid for 10 models, but there you go.
Yeah. Well, this could be the Space Marine Combat Patrol.
I think that's almost there, to be honest. It's nearly as bad as that. It looks fucking terrible. But yeah, I mean, apparently Spearhead is amazing, so yeah, good. I hope people enjoy it. New General's Handbook.
Oh, actually, 2 of them are the what are they called? the big fly ones. They're quite chunky.
The Mortarks, yeah.
I always like those.
Yeah. The Lisbon one looks like I quite like the Salamander thing, but I've already got these chameleon dudes, and I'm like, I don't want to play Age of Sigmar. But I mean, at the end of the day, you make a saving on these, so they are worth it just from that perspective, and they are coming out like £85, not the £100 that the Combat Patrol is, because you get a 40k tax. So if you like these models, then for sure pick them up. And I don't think any of these are awful. I thought the Cities of Sigmar were quite cool. Lisman quite cool. Age of Sigmar is a model range, apart from these guys that I fucking hate. I hate the Ossiarch Bone Reapers. I don't think they're too bad, but yeah, I don't really do Age of Sigmar. So, Year of Chaos, Matt. Year of Chaos. One model.
Like so far,
one model for each.
Wasn't even talking about that one.
Yeah. So here you've got a guy that's apparently possessed by a bloodthirster.
Small.
Yeah, a little bit on the small side.
Drew the short straw. You get to go into the tiny mortal.
Yeah. And he manifests as a weird sword. So he's doing like a dab. And that's entirely unpractical. How does he peck his nose? Seriously. He has to drop.
Assuming it is when he fancies it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think don't get me wrong. I think it is better than the 8-bound, but then I also think that's not hard.
That's a very low bar.
Very low bar. A bar so low that you certainly could not limbo under it. But I don't know, man. I think of Khorne, I think of what they could be, and then I look at this and I'm just like, like with his crappy little vest on, just this constant thing of teeth around there. Oh, no. Better than the 8-bound, but as I said, that's not hard. Coming with your Codex World Eaters, which has probably got all of like 12 units in it. Followed by the Death Guard. We've seen this guy. I think he's all right.
Yeah, it's an improvement over their usual character.
Yeah, nothing wrong with him. He looks Death Guardy. I don't like these.
His sword is a little bit big. In hindsight, I'd like to see him wield that sword. I think it's bigger than he is.
Yes, yeah. Definitely Zweihander, isn't it?
But definitely. I actually really like these robots. I think they're cool.
I think you're mad. I think they're fucking awful. Maybe part of it is the paint job they've used. I don't know. Because these have actually been like, I don't know, you've got like the really obnoxious line highlighting of the Thousand Suns blue and yellow mixed with this horrible attempt at weathering bone armour. And it just looks like shit. I can't stand them. I think these look awful.
I think it looks fine.
Maybe they look alright if you left the little stupid head crests off, but no.
I like those as well. They remind me of Stargate.
That's why I don't like them, because it's just a shit version of what you get in Stargate. No, I think these are horrible. I think these are just... Why would you want those in the Thousand Suns army? They just suck.
Fire support. I think they're very interesting, because like from the back, they're clearly just chonky robots, and it kind of makes me laugh the way they've put Thousand Suns no effort into fancying up the back of their robots, but from the front they're like, ooh, fancy.
Yeah,
I do quite like them.
God, they do look fucking
stuff. I like roboty stuff anyway.
They do look boring from the back, don't they? Really boring.
Yeah, I really like that contrast. So they look that boring all over, and then the Thousand Suns slap armor on them so that they don't. I like that.
Yeah, not a fan. But the new limited edition thingies look good.
They look so good. So good. The Magpie is like, dude, get them. I'm like, no.
I will never use them.
I don't play 40k. I don't have any of those Chaos Marine armies. I didn't get the Slanesh one. And
they remind me of the design-wise. They remind me of the End Times books for Warhammer Fantasy. I don't know if you remember those.
I think I've actually got them downstairs on the shelf.
Yeah, they're good books. But yeah, that's your Year of Chaos. And to go with that, they are invading Armageddon.
Again.
Sigh. Poor Armageddon can't catch a break.
No.
And what we should mention is that each of those Chaos forces comes with a battle force that they've not shown here. I don't know why they've not shown it here, but each of them comes with like an army set, but it's not an army set. From what I can tell, it is just the models, and then you buy the codex separately. So maybe they'll be a bit cheaper, but maybe not. So yeah, Armageddon again, Chaos versus Imperium again. Poor Xenos. What have they got to do? You know. And we've got a new baby carrier, and they fixed everything apart from the thing they're supposed to fix. He still looks like he's wearing a nappy.
It does still look crap, doesn't it?
I mean, don't get me wrong, I like what they've done. The Inquisitor head mace looks cool, and I like the fact it's got a little book on it and a little dangling Inquisitor logo and everything, but you've not read the assignment. You've not fixed the fact that it looks like a fucking baby carrier. Now you had one job, and they ain't fucking done it. So yeah, no new Grey Knights this time round. Just an upgrade for your baby carrier, your Dread Knight. It's all right. I presume 11th will be your Primarisification upgrade for the Grey Knights. I hope it looks nice. And then they rounded it all off, finished the whole damn shebang on some Space Wolves, which were quite nice, Matt.
Yes, very good.
It's an army box, because of course it is. That'll be the only way you can get it for now. But what we got was actually pretty good, I thought. You got Noddy Holder here with his amazing sideburns. But we were talking like these are, they're not the Primaris armor we all know. They're like a lighter version.
Yeah, Tacticus armor they call it.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Ooh, Mark 6 Corvus helmet, nice. But yeah, other than that, I mean, they look like Space Wolves, apart from Mr. Baracus here. Pity the fool.
Don't drink your milk.
Yeah. But yeah, they're the Blood Claws. They're okay. And then there's your Grey Hunters. And again, these are all okay. Yeah, they do the job. What can I say? I mean, they're not. They look like they could be an upgrade sprue, but they're not. You can tell they're not an upgrade sprue because there's nothing. Yeah, there's too much that's different. But yeah, they're all right. I did think that here, Matt, these are you and me. Innit?
I cautiously approve.
Yeah, we've been turned into Space Wolves, mate. Not bad. And then you've got these guys.
I don't know how I feel about that.
So was that say again?
As a Dark Angels player, I don't know how I feel.
Yeah, exactly. The ultimate insult. But no, seriously, I can kind of see it. I can kind of see it there for sure. So yeah. So then we got these guys, the head takers, which are like hunting dudes, and these are nice because they're not riding the wolves, so that's cool. Yeah. I don't think the wolves are particularly good as just models. I think they just don't look right. But I do like these Space Wolves. They've kind of got the Blade Guard armor going on.
Yeah.
I am wondering how much this set is going to cost. Because at the moment, 3 Blade Guard costs like 45 quid.
It's going to be about 60 quid in it with 3 wolves as well.
Which is mental.
They can't ask for more than that.
Well, I don't even know if they can ask for that. I'm wondering if they might be able to push 50, but let's just have a quick look. Doesn't say what they actually come with. Because you've got this guy as well. Is he just an alternate build for the others, or? Yeah, he is. He's an alternate build of that guy. Look, you got that guy, and then that's the alternate build for him. So you can do like a dual weapon version rather than a shield, which is cool. I really like that helmet. Actually, look, it's got a kind of Viking Norse thing going on.
Yeah, that's a little rune up.
Yeah, that is Harry Potter, isn't it?
So Mildred Hubble.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I think that's they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. As is this guy, Johan Hegg. You get different head options and weapon options and stuff. That's all cool. So he's got axe, sword, and shield. So yeah, that's nice. I like the fact that I know they charge a lot for their characters, but I like the fact that they're giving you options for them at least.
Yeah.
You know, you can take and add to your bits box.
Adds a modicum of value.
Yeah. A modicum. And then you've got this thing here. I can't like this. It's a dwarf head, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then this guy just looks like fucking is it Johan from Sabaton? You ain't going to cut nothing with that stupid little dagger, mate.
Joachim, like I really like the bald head.
Joachim, that's it, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, unfortunately, the hooded one with the wolf helmet just reminds me of Death from like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Yes, blatantly, which is a great film. Everybody should watch that if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, but I'm just kind of like, oh no, you should have just left the hood off it.
Yeah.
It'd be better. It'd be much better with just like the wolf skull over the helmet.
Yeah, just a wolf skull. To be fair, I think Ulrich Slayer's got that, and he's got an alternate head. You could always nick that one, or just 3D print one. I'm sure you can get wolf heads. You can 3D print, and then there's your limited edition codex, which is quite nice.
For a change, that is a fucking nice codex for a limited edition. They were touch and go for a little while as to how crap they looked. That is a proper.
So yeah, I think that looks. Yeah, I think that looks nice.
Big fan of that.
This guy being lazy and lying on the ground, being molested by a Tyranid. But yeah.
Is that too much Mjord?
Too much Mjord, yeah, exactly. So yeah, and then this is what's going, because it's all going a bit mad. It makes sense for the Thousand Suns and the Space Wolves to be together, because obviously they're natural enemies. And they're like, oh yeah, we need to do the rest of the Chaos stuff. And they're like, oh, but then we also need to do Knights. And then Black Templars, and then Grey Knights, and I'm like, Xenos! Fuck me. Yeah. And they're like, oh yeah, Votan. In between another 2 fucking Space Marine things, and then after that, it's just the Drukhari, isn't it? The Dark Eldar.
I think so.
Trying to think, because like the amount of factions now is just absolutely ridiculous.
It's a bit of a challenge to keep track.
But I think they've done everybody else, because the Harlequins got rolled into the Eldar one.
Yeah. They'll probably get rolled into the Dark Eldar one as well.
Yeah, I would think so. There's been talk of Corsairs, so I wonder if Corsairs might turn up in Dark Eldar, because obviously Corsairs, Pirates, Dark Eldar, that would kind of make sense.
Yep.
I'm still waiting to see what happens with the Dark Eldar and see if they're getting watered down a bit. Maybe that's why they've been left to last. It's like, slaving raids, taking prisoners with jobs? No, we can't do that.
Prisoners with jobs.
Punch with pie.
Torture?
No, can't have any torture. Fuck no. So yeah, I mean overall, Adepticon normally saves the good stuff because it's the sort of big one, and this was the longest one. They normally do like the 45 minutes. This was like an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And what they filled a lot of that time up with, Matt, was questions and answers, where the question was varied and the answer was always wait for Warcom.
There was a lot of questions. But you'd think now that after all these years that people would just give up asking about stuff that's not in the preview. Yeah. They're not going to fucking answer questions on anything that you've not yet seen and they ain't done it yet.
But even the stuff like, because they were like, oh, where's the fundable? Are the fundable still in there? And there's like a coy sort of like,
yeah.
It's like, yeah, they've blatantly gone to Legends because they're fucking stupid.
Canis Wolfborn in the bin.
In the bin. So yeah, I mean, dude, I thought it was okay overall. The 40k bit was the least interesting bit to me. I think a lot of it's cartoony. Although I did quite like the Space Wolves. The Cafe Army just blew my socks off, mate. I thought the Cafe Army was incredible.
It was very impressive.
And I know you like the Kill Team box, and you're going to buy that, so I can look at your version when you get it.
Seems fair.
Which is great, because maybe you can make those Raveners look good. I mean, it may well be. We need to see the sprues. We need to see more pictures. But based upon what they've shown, I just think they look horrifically cartoony, and they just, like Tacticus has got cartoonized versions of all of the Warhammer models.
Which is fine, because it works for that.
It does. But those Tyranids look like the Tacticusized versions of those models. already, if you know what I mean. They already look stupid and cartoony. And I just compare it to the likes of the 30k and Trench Crusade stuff, and I'm just like, it's nowhere near it. I don't know if it's because it's plastic, because it's CAD or whatever, but it all just looks horribly cartoony and clean and just not particularly grimdark to me. But, that's just me. You like it, so. But then when it comes to this stuff, you're easier to please than me, which is not hard.
True. I'm far more reasonable than you.
Yes, forgiving, which is quite interesting, being your dark angel and all.
True. Just don't tell us you're
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't tell the boss. But that was Adepticon. So guys, let us know what you thought. What did you think? I did promise that I'd do the full thing with Matt, because he is here to balance me out. And when I'm just going shit, that's like, no, that's all right. Yeah.
I like that, actually.
Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's not that bad.
I see what they did here. I see what they did there. This looks good. That could be better.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
That looks pony. This is fine. I was kind of sad that they called it Typhon, like the Kill Team box. I was like, really? We've had Cannon and Brutal, Blood and Zeal. You didn't fancy calling it Hissy and Borgie?
Hissy and Borgie, yeah. Well, you think they could have gone for? I don't know, like Claw and Steel or something. I think something like that's been done already.
It has. It sounds very.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, GW aren't great on their naming conventions, and they will run out of stuff eventually.
They're really not. Yeah, they just stick two nouns together and that's it. Like, boop, boop,
exactly. Like maybe somebody needs to buy those guys a thesaurus or something. But what we've got it here, we may as well look at, because we didn't get any Horus Heresy for Adepticon at all. They were like, fuck you.
The Imperialis
so we might as well look at those knights quickly, because I think they've done a really nice job. So these are coming to Legions Imperialis, and I think these are perfect little versions of the resin knights that you get.
They're pretty much the same.
I think they're nearly identical, mate, including the big gorilla one. I can't remember his name. Asterius.
Asterius.
Yeah. Which I don't like very much in 40k, but for some reason in this it kind of works.
Looks a bit more reasonable because it's all smaller.
Go figure. But they're all coming our way. Legion Imperialis is another thing that they're just slowly plugging away at, and I think they're doing good work. I can't wait to see the Custodes.
The annoying thing is I've got them all in resin, so I'm like, fuck's sake.
Yeah,
but,
true.
I think what they've done here is, because there's still 3 Mechanicum units which don't have models yet, they've not yet released them from the Mechanicum book. I suspect that someone in charge went, we can't just release 3 boxes, that's fucking nonsense. Wait until we get some of the knights done, and then we'll just do the whole lot at once.
And then we'll just do the whole lot, yeah. I imagine so. I mean, there's plenty more still to come in. Even for the Heresy, the 28mm Heresy, we've got a crap ton of stuff still to come. Got the Vorlax, got the Arlatax, the Midians. There's shitloads of stuff.
Yes.
And I want to see all that in 28mm. I don't know if we'll get the dark. I mean, one would think eventually you would get those dark Mechanicum things in 28mm, but they will be massive, because they're not small in Legions Imperialis.
No.
Like they're knight-sized and bigger.
Yes, exactly. So they're going to be pretty chunky, and they're going to have to do something about the quite thin legs.
Exactly.
They're going to scale them up.
It's like the Hierophant, isn't it? Like little spindly, stupid legs. But these are really nice, and these are nicely painted. I just generally think that Specialist Games and 30k just smashed the mainline studio out of the park, and Cafe showed it as well. And it's just like, it's where all the real. I don't want to say that's where all the real talent is, but that's where the stuff that I like, the aesthetic that I like is. You don't get this cartoony looking shit.
There you go.
It's designed for adults.
Surprisingly diplomatic for you, and then you went cartoony looking shit, and I was like, there you go.
That's how we know and love. But I mean, it does. I mean, this stuff just it looks the right side of. There is. I mean, I've thought about this quite a lot, actually, to be honest, recently, with like grimdarkness, and part of me was wondering, like, is grimdarkness directly connected to crudeness, if that makes sense? Like, if you make everything look a bit too polished and a little bit too sensible, you lose that grimdark, which is what's happened with things like Space Marines. They just look too right. And then you look at something like these knights, and they don't look right. They look fucking bonkers, and therefore they look grimdark. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just wondering if that's maybe something to do with that is the aesthetic. Like the old Dreadnought looked grimdark. The Redemptor Dreadnought and the fucking Invictus Warsuit do not look grimdark. And I'm just wondering if there's a point where the sophistication and the exactation of CAD, and I'm not saying these weren't done by CAD, but obviously originally they were resin models, and the design ethos behind that just means that things just don't look grimdark after a while. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one, really.
Too pristine and polished.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. Too pristine and polished, and just not bonkers enough. I mean, these are absolutely bonkers. I mean, look at it. It's just fucking ridiculous.
I mean, to be fair, you are comparing Mechanicum with Marines, like Mechanicum with Astartes. And
yeah, but even
a fair comparison when it comes to bonkers.
Even Marines back in the day didn't quite have. I mean, look at the Thunderfire cannon, for example. It's gone now. We've got the stupid fucking whatever it is. But the Thunderfire cannon was pretty fucking grimdark.
I've still got my Thud gun.
The Thud gun, exactly. You've got the Thud gun. You've got all that old stuff. All looks, and then I don't know. It's like a Predator. A Predator looks grimdark. A Land Raider looks grimdark. A fucking Repulsor doesn't. Don't ask me why. It just fucking doesn't.
Because the more modern stuff you take design cues from, the less.
Yeah, exactly. Because you've got these old sort of. That's always the thing with 40k, wasn't it? And I know we were supposed to stop this after the preview talking about, but like 40k was always leaning back on old technology. The tanks looked like World War One tanks. Everything looked kind of that archaic. I don't want to say steampunk because it was steampunk before it was steampunk, but that kind of look to it. And now, whether by updating everything, it just doesn't look grimdark anymore. It looks too clean and polished and pristine. So, 30k for the win, basically. We'll see what happens with 40k, but every 40k release, I just kind of feel myself slipping further and further away from it. Like, there's a few bits I like here and there. I really like things like the Blade Guard, for example, with their great big knightly shields and what have you. But a lot of the 40k stuff is just totally losing me now. It really is.
But the problem with 40k is where we're quite removed from the core rule set and we don't play it, the expense of the models kind of prohibits us just getting them for lols. And
but I mean, I've got a load of 40k models. Like I've got the Mechanicum models. Mechanicus models that I'm working on at the moment. But all the Mechanicus models that I'm working on at the moment, and the one that I animated for that video that I did, are old models from like 7th, 8th edition. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas the new shit, I look at it and I'm just like, no, I don't fucking want it. It looks crap, So yeah, maybe we'll have a deeper discussion on that sometime. But that was Adepticon, and then finished off with some really nice Horus Heresy stuff that I like. Hoping they don't fuck up Heresy. Also hoping that we kind of see something about it soon.
Hope so.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anything to add, Matt?
No, I think I'm just going to go to bed because I've had 5 hours of fucking around with VMware stuff at home. And I've fixed it just before this and I'm done.
Tech woes. Yep, no worries, man. Well, it's just gone midnight here anyway. So, we'll see you guys later. Don't forget to let us know what you thought. I am buggering off to Corfu on Honeymoon. So this will be the last video for a good week or so. But then we'll come back and we'll do some more videos after that. Yeah, I go Sunday. It's ridiculous. I get on a coach like Sunday at like 11 o'clock at night or something stupid like that. I've got a 2 hour, we've got a 2 hour, me and the wife, 2 hour holdover at Victoria Coach Station. Then we get a coach to Gatwick. We get to Gatwick at like something like fucking 3 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. Then we've got 6 hours at Gatwick because our flights got fucked with again. And then we get on a flight and then we fly to Corfu and we're in Corfu for like 6 days. and then we come back. So what was that?
I think someone's going to sue somebody.
Yeah, mate. It's going to be, well, hopefully worth it. Corfu looks really fucking nice, to be fair. So hopefully it'll be worth it.
Cool.
All right. Anyway, we'll catch you guys later. And let us know what you think. Bye.
Cheerio.